What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we are reacting to Attorney Reacts. Toxic cheater military wife gets caught beating and assaulting husband, plays victim. Just the absolute disrespect in the title already. We're talking about you are the toxic cheater. Then you get caught beating and assaulting your husband. You're the one who's cheating, and you're the one who's doing the assaulting. And then the audacity to play victim, like, this is absolutely insane to me. I'm ready to dive into this video because how do you do that? I gotta see this. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to support this channel further, in the description there's a Patreon link, there's a premium request link. Hit either link, make a suggestion. At this moment, I have to give a huge shout out to one of my greatest friends, to my family. A big shout out to Stellar. She is literally one of the most generous people that I've ever met. She is one of the biggest blessings that my family has ever come across. So thank you so much for requesting this and for all your requests. And without further ado, let's get to it.
Guys never do. And this man, Nate here.
Sorry about that.
There's nothing that you can do.
Oh.
Nothing.
Oh.
Never okay to put your hands on somebody.
In the face.
On January 9th, 2023,
Oh, no.
a distressed man arrived at the police station to report a domestic disturbance at his home.
Let me stop it right here. This is something that most guys never do. And this man, Nate here, deserves to be applauded. I can tell you as a
Agreed.
20-year attorney that very few men actually report when they are the victims of domestic violence. Most of the time, it is assumed that the men are the aggressors. And so when men do report these things, they are not taken seriously. We saw how this man was getting pushed in the chest. He was getting pushed in the face. Thankfully, he kept his composure. He didn't respond. He didn't hit her. He didn't strike her. He didn't push her. He didn't do anything that would jeopardize his freedom. Now he's taken the almost unheard of step in reporting the crime that happened against him to the police officers. Let's see what happens.
So this morning,
Yep. And then you think about the numbers and the statistics of what it looks like with domestic abuse. So sorry. My son's trying to wake up. But when you look at the numbers and the statistics, I feel like they're very skewed in the sense that men usually, more times than not, are not going to report it. I feel like there's a stigma that's attached to a man reporting domestic abuse or domestic violence, and there absolutely should be, because at the end of the day, domestic violence is domestic violence, no matter if it's against a woman or if it's against a man. So there shouldn't be that stigma. But as men, I feel like we grow up with that. Suck it up, rub some dirt on it. That you look bad if you go and tell, like, that you're being you get clowned, you get laughed at, it forces you not to want to go and report it. And things like this happen all the time, and it never gets reported. And a lot of times men will at a certain point just strike back, or not even strike back, but like it says in the title, sometimes the woman will play the victim, and now you're the one who's in trouble. And even when you do report it, I think he just said it's not really investigated as deeply and as strongly as if from a woman. But let's continue.
The crime that happened against him to the police officers. Let's see what happens.
so this morning, I have an incident with my wife. I'm in the military. I'm a staff sergeant, and I already talked to the MPs and I talked to my leadership, my first line supervisor, about the incident that happened this morning.
Just to stop it right here, now we see why he reported it. Again, most men never report these types of issues, especially when it's just a push or just a shove, even if it's a shove in the face. However, he reported it because his job can depend on it. He says he's in the military. He's already talked to his leadership. He's already talked to his superiors and let them know what's going on. So he's not reporting it so much because of the violence. He's reporting it to save his employment, which is totally valid. Great job for him in reporting this.
And pretty much, my wife and I were going through some disagreements right now, and she was hitting me.
Okay.
I know I'm here because I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm kind of like worried about the consequences. So I don't want to kind of like lose my career or put myself in a position where my career is going to be jeopardized. I already talked to my first line too. And he said that he can put me in a barrack room and all this stuff, which is what I'm trying to avoid. When I talked to the MP, they told me the same thing. Even if I'm a victim, that's pretty much the law favor the spouse.
Well, what he's saying here is very discouraging. He's talked to his leadership and they say they can move him to the barracks. They want to get separation between him and his wife. His leadership tells him that the majority of the times the military is going to favor the spouse over the military personnel. Even when men are the victims, they can lose their jobs, they can lose their careers. Huge salute to this man for actually reporting the domestic violence and trying to salvage what could be an impossible situation.
See, then that's just absolutely crazy to me. Like, he's telling them directly, like, yeah, like, more times than not, she's going to be favored. And, like, what she says at the end of the day is going to be favored. And that's wild. And I'm glad there is video evidence. But, like, I'm intrigued to see, even with video evidence, what steps get taken if the spouse gets in trouble, what exactly happens, because that's, I mean, it's just one of those double standards that absolutely exist in the world. And like I said, there's that stigma. He said, yeah, you see why he's talking to him, because he doesn't want to lose his employment. He doesn't want to lose his job. But even his commander saying, yeah, at this point, the best we can do is separate you. Like, that's probably the best option we can go down, because at this point, if there's no separation, more times than not, the woman's going to be actually favored in these situations. And that's, like I said, that's not right. At the end of the day, domestic abuse is domestic abuse.
Yeah, with that part though, what I'm hearing is just, we start arguing through the weekend. Result of that, she was at the house. She came home yesterday she's in the reserve, so she came home yesterday from South Carolina. I wasn't talking to her. I cleaned the whole house and just minding my own business. And this morning, I was getting ready to take my kids to daycare on post.
As he spoke with the officer, he revealed that his girlfriend, whom he also referred to as his wife, had physically assaulted him. This was a shocking claim, and the officer listened carefully as the man shared his side of the story.
Shout out to that officer.
The situation became even more concerning when the man showed the officer video footage on his mobile phone, which he claimed would support his version of the events. The video was difficult to watch, but confirmed the man's claim. The footage showed disturbing moments of the altercation, leaving no doubt about the severity of the situation.
She hit him in the face.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. There is no reason that you should put your hands on that man. And I hate when I see videos like that in the comments. It say, like, when people say, well, what did he do to her? Well, there is no reason, no matter what he said, for her to put her hands on him like that. Like, that's, and she does it because she feels like she can get away with it, like nothing's gonna happen. He's not gonna touch her, because what's she gonna do? She's gonna go report him. So it's like, and if she does it and she knows he's not gonna touch her, he's like, well, he's not gonna report it, because again, there's a stigma behind it, and most men don't report it. And so she feels like, oh, I can do whatever I want and get away with it. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. That's we're gonna keep playing the video because y'all gonna get me ranting on here. I ain't here to rant. I'm not here to rant. Continue.
Put them all in the car, and I guess she was thinking that we were cool. She was like, I was going to the gym in the afternoon, and I didn't tell her anything. So she kind of like went away inside the house and closed the garage. So I was just getting ready to leave, and she opened the garage back and started talking to me, arguing, and then she started pushing me and in the face, and then she started gaslighting me. And maybe I was saying things that I was gaslighting her too.
Like what?
Like ignoring her, because I wasn't talking to her about. She was asking about She was like,
let me stop it right there. He's saying that maybe he was gaslighting her too by ignoring her. This is absolutely wrong. Guys, you are never in the wrong for failing to respond to women when they try to get a reaction out of you, especially when they are beating on you. He did the absolute right thing in not being reactive to her aggression. He removed himself from the situation, got in his car, and drove straight to the police station. This is exactly what you want. Now, when you do this, your relationship is probably over. But if it got to that point, your relationship is over anyways. A lot of men sometimes prefer to endure the slaps and the shoves because they don't want a divorce. They don't want to get put out of their home when they have kids. They don't want to get put on child support. They don't want the alimony. They don't want to lose their home. They don't want to lose the pension. All of that is understandable, but then they end up suffering for years as victims. I want you guys to know that this man is doing something very rare, but we heard why he's doing it, because he could lose his career over domestic violence. But him telling the police that maybe he was wrong too for ignoring her, that's absolutely erroneous.
I got it on video,
That's
but I'm not gonna show you.
Yes, that is insane. Like, because you ignored her, that is no reason at all for her to put her hands on you. And I think it's that stigma. It's that, like, you done been gaslighted into thinking that you actually did something wrong. Like he said, because I was ignoring her. That don't give her the right to put her hands on you. That don't put you in the wrong at all. You know, in the good book that I read, and when arguing, you feel me, it is better to bite your tongue. And you did the absolute right thing. It is better to bite your tongue, because in the heat of an argument, you could say things that just absolutely destroy someone, especially when it's a partner or a spouse, because you know so much about them and your words have so much power with them that you could say things that could absolutely, like, just absolutely pierce their heart. But for you to bite your tongue in that situation, I agree with him, is probably the best thing that you could have done. And so if that is genuinely what you did, then you are absolutely not in the wrong at all, my guy. And I don't want you to think that you are.
So we finally talked, and then I was just.
What do you have on video?
I'm sure, I don't know if you've been through this before or years. I don't want to like mess up her career, or like right now. I said right now she's at work, and she think, like I said, she think that I'm bluffing about this. But I was telling her, like, I'm not gonna keep sponsoring the behavior that you're doing, which is pretty much right now out of social media. She's been talking to other guys, well, being married to me, and the reason why we went to social work before, and we've been through it, is because while I was deployed, she was cheating on me.
Oh, okay. Now we see where some of this tension is coming from. She has been cheating on this man. Shout out to all the veterans. Shout out to all of the military. When this man was on deployment, you know who was coming in to help comfort his wife? Jody. All right. All military men know about Jody, and Jody was visiting this man's wife while he was deployed in another country. Now, when he comes back from deployment, he finds out that Jody was all up in his home. Now, it's interesting to note that even though he found out about Jody, he didn't divorce her. Why not? Well, he mentioned that he had kids. There's a strong possibility that if he gets divorced, he's not going to be able to spend nearly as much time with his kids as he is now living in the home. In fact, it could be the case that if he gets divorced and gets visitation, Jody might end up spending more time with his kids than him. This is why so many men put up with such BS. Even though their daily lives living in the house with this woman can be so bad, actually leaving her and losing all of your property, losing your kids, can be so much worse.
And yeah, I love how I said Jody. That remind me of Baby Boy. I hope that y'all seen that movie. If not, go watch it. But so yeah, you hear the situation going on. Like he said, there's already tension. She's already been caught talking to other guys. She's already been caught cheating. And I mean, that might be what this whole argument and this whole fight is about. And that's just absolutely freaking insane. And even now, he's still worried about her career. Even now, he still cares for her, where he's saying, I don't want this to like affect her career. I don't want this to, but I'm just here to report for that documentation. Because at some point, if she decides to report him and he don't got no reports on file, then he absolutely is going to look bad. So he's there reporting. but he still doesn't want it to hurt her. But he says, I'm not gonna foster this behavior. I absolutely love that. And that attorney, I 100% agree. Um, not from so many cases that I've heard, but just in a sense of, I can't imagine, like, even split 50-50 custody. Like, I can't imagine not seeing my son daily. Like, that kid, man, I've been with him every single day of his entire life. I've never spent one day. He's 15 months old, and I can't even imagine like being away from him 50% of the time. And for me, I just can't imagine someone else stepping in the picture and spending as much time with my son, like another man stepping into the picture, spending as much time with my son or more time with my son. Like, and so me and my wife, we're absolutely good. She's absolutely amazing. But I told her, I'm like, bro, like, if you cheated at that point, we just got an open marriage. At that point, we just have an open marriage, because I cannot go with the no custody agreements of not being able to be with my son daily. Like, and so, and that may not be a good thing, you know, for a child to grow up in a household and see that his parents don't have that love for each other. And so sometimes it is better to separate. So I do agree with that. It's just that my heart, I don't know if I physically could do it. Like, that kid is like oxygen to me. And you have so many, like he said, fathers who have kids, and it's like you put up with all of it because you can't stand the thought of not being around your kids. You can't stand the thought of being away from them. You can't stand the thought of another man coming in and raising your kids. Like, and I understand that. All right, I'm sorry, keep it going.
Can you turn it sideways for me so it's bigger? Thank you.
There's like over.
Okay.
So this is the first one that I kind of like was working out.
You think Chris can act like this? I think the smart father of the year, huh? You can't just make it easy? Why do you have to be so difficult? Why do you have to be so difficult?
Look, she is trying to incite him, asking all of these crazy questions. He's just ignoring her. That's good.
He said exactly what he did.
I'm not. It can be easy for everybody. You just want to make my life miserable because you have this persona in your head, thinking that I'm cheating on everybody. And if I am, I would like to see proof.
Oh, guys, listen, as an attorney for 20 years who has handled countless divorces, let me tell you something. If your wife ever tells you, I'm not cheating, and if I am, I want to see proof, that is it. That is it. A person who is not cheating doesn't.
He's so right. And I didn't even catch that. Yeah, if you're not cheating, you don't say, and if I am, I need to see proof. No, you don't. A person that's not cheating would never say that. They would just stick to, I'm not cheating, like 100%. Like, they would never say, if I am, I need to see proof. Like, that don't make sense. That's not logical to say right there. Attorney, talk to me.
Asked to see proof like that. She knows she's cheating. He knows she's cheating. They're just waiting around for I don't know what. This is the thing about this man's situation. Obviously, he doesn't want to divorce her. If he did, he would have hired an attorney and they would be in the divorce process right now. But he's found out about the cheating. He's found out about her misbehavior, and he's still choosing to stay. She realizes that and knows that he's weak. So now what does she do? Knowing that he can't do anything anymore, knowing that she has the power, knowing that she has the leverage, what does she decide to do?
There's nothing.
There's
nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what's funny.
That ain't funny.
I'm not intimidated by you anymore. I'm not scared by you. There's nothing that you can do. Nothing.
Ooh.
You think that you can just ignore me when I'm trying to talk to you about this?
Ooh. All men know that this is very hard to watch. This is very hard to watch. We put ourselves in that situation, and the restraint that is required is immense. Ooh.
I'm not afraid of you.
She hit him in the
Because you always
face.
try to intimidate me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you.
So you're coming into the next relationship.
Um,
She's right.
That's crazy.
My wife.
Oh, she showed up to the police station. Okay, this is getting good. This is getting good. She tracked him down and she is at the police station now. All right, let's go.
Oh my days.
The white car.
To the truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm sure she can tell that I'm.
I guarantee you she's gonna say that there's a lot happened before everything that what you saw on camera. I guarantee you she's gonna say there's so much that happened before that, and it's like it didn't get caught on camera. It's coming. It's coming. Bro, the way that he stood there and kept his composure, like, that is absolutely admirable. Because you have another grown adult hitting you, pushing you, like, and to be able to sit there and just take it. I got to give a shout out to my guy. That's admirable. And on her part, that's absolutely ridiculous. And you did the right thing, my guy. You did the absolutely right thing. I'm so glad that you came to report this. And I cannot wait to hear what she has to say right now. This is insane.
She's texting me and calling me.
Okay.
And she.
Does she know you're here?
Yeah, because she's seen my location. Well,
Stay in
Oh,
here for just a minute, okay?
she's tracking his
She's got his location.
location.
That's what I figured. That would
All
be the
right,
only
guys.
reason she know.
This lady is gonna get arrested.
Can I get another with me? I've got the other party showing up here at headquarters.
Excellent. Lady is calling for backup. Pull her out of the truck.
25. Hello, are you Kelly? Yes. Can I talk to you for just a minute? Okay.
Snatch her out of the truck. Guys, let me tell you something. And for the men who are watching this, just imagine if the shoe was on the other foot. Just imagine
already
if
in
there was a
cuffs.
5'5" woman in the police station who shows up with her
over.
phone and shows a man 6'2", 210 pounds, pushing her chest, pushing her face. Imagine what would be the reaction to the police officers once they see that video, and then the dude shows up at the police station. All right, this is gonna be good. Let's see what happens.
When the
We already know what that he'd be in cuffs. We talking to you in the interrogation room. Like, we ain't talking to you out here. Get into the interrogation room because you're walking out in cuffs. We got the video evidence. Yeah, you just know the it would be absolutely insane if that was seen. And I understand that men, I mean, in general, are stronger, and so more damage can be done. But at the end of the day, domestic violence is domestic violence, no matter what gender is committing it.
officer arrived at the property,
There she
he
is.
saw a woman trying to leave. Her behavior immediately raised suspicion. She seemed in a hurry to leave the scene, which seems strange
Okay, I have to finish this video a little later. My son is officially awake.
given the circumstances.
No, don't leave now, baby. You in the right place.
The
Nah,
officer
yeah.
stopped her and asked if she had anything to do with the disturbance. The woman denied any involvement in a crime. She began to offer her version of the story,
Oh.
but her response felt off to the officer.
Let me hear this.
It seemed like she was trying to avoid responsibility for what had happened.
Really?
Of course.
She's trying to avoid accountability. You don't say.
The woman then tried to deflect blame by giving conflicting statements. She changed her story several times, seemingly trying to confuse the officer.
Hey, I'm Officer Moran. What's going on with your husband?
What's going on with your husband? What's going on with you? You're the one that was pushing him and hitting him in the face. Let's go.
I mean, I'm sure you know his side of the story.
Yeah, and I want to get yours. So
Yeah, it's probably true.
okay.
What he said.
Oh, see, yeah. It's probably true. That's when you know you in the wrong. When you know you in the wrong, you ain't even fighting for your side of the story. You like what he said, yeah, that is it's probably true. What he said, everything he said happened. Yeah, it probably happened. That's when you know, yeah, hey, come on, we can't have this. Get an officer.
What do you think he told me? Like, I'm just trying to get your side, okay?
We've been going through this for 3 years.
Yeah.
It's
3
This
years.
ain't about 3
oh my
years.
God.
It
she's
sounds
not-
like it's
it
a rough
hasn't
time.
gone this far. I don't know. I'm sure he told you everything. He's really good at building cases against me. He's
Okay.
a very smart man.
Okay, so what, from your perspective, what happened?
He knows how to push me past my limits and manipulate me
She's the victim. We saw the recording, but now she's the victim.
to the point to where I finally break, and then he does stuff like this.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, like in general, that this is like an ongoing thing. But what about today? How did he do that today?
Trying to threaten that he's going to have full custody of our children.
Okay.
Not say that exactly, but don't worry about it. I got it. The words that he says, I don't even know how to put it in word for word.
Because you can't think of nothing. You trying to make something up right now. Because in your head, you are trying to make up a narrative that will best fit, that will keep you out of trouble. And you can't think of anything right now. And that's why I don't know what words. I don't know how to put it in words. Just your explanation for everything is just, he says he's going to have full custody of the kids, but, you know, he said it in a way of, don't worry about it, I got it. And you know, the way he words, what? Huh? Yeah, that don't even make sense to me. And then you talk about this going on for years, and it's just like, he knows how to push me past my limit. He knows how to manipulate me. You got to be accountable for your actions. For your actions, what you do, you are accountable for, and you cannot blame that on anybody. No matter what someone may say, you are still accountable for yourself. As we saw in the video, after you put your hands on your husband repeatedly, he still did not do a thing. He is accountable for his actions. And so he knows if he had hit you back, he would have been held accountable for that. But he did nothing. So you can't try and use that. We're not doing that.
That she says that he threatened her. The cop says, well, how did he threaten you? He said he's going to get full custody of the kids, but not in those words.
That's crazy.
It's amazing what people say. It's amazing what people say. He threatened me by saying something, but that's not really what he said. He said another thing. This is ridiculous. This lady really should be on the ground in handcuffs anyway right about now. This cop has already seen the recording. We're going to give this officer a little slack because she's investigating, but we all know if this was a man, if the situation was reversed, he would already be on the sidewalk, chest down, arms behind his back with handcuffs on. If he was pushing this woman in the chest, pushing this woman in the face, but now that the roles are reversed, we're just having a nice, calm conversation. We're gonna give the officer a little slack because she's investigating, but I want to see some action pretty soon. This is getting disgusting.
I absolutely agree with him. There's already video evidence. There's video evidence of you putting your hands on this man. So like he said, if the roles would have been reversed, you feel like there would have definitely been cuffs. If this was the man, there would have definitely been cuffs on him at this point. I mean, if you think about like even situations where there's not video evidence showing what happened, you got some guys getting arrested. And so, but like he said, you do want to get both sides of the story. I completely understand that. So I'm not judging her for that. I get, but he is right. This attorney is right.
Feel like he was provoking you?
Of course, he always does.
Okay, so how did the argument start?
He accuses me of stuff that's not true.
Okay.
And he sees tiny parts of little stories or little stuff that goes on, and then he makes this own story in his mind as if it's true, and it's not. And I don't know how much longer, I can't even plead my case because he will bring up another thing on top of that. Can we talk privately at work?
Yeah, we can step off to the side here. We can't go inside right now. I'm not trying to have you put all your business out there. So he was accusing you of things, right?
Stuff that's not true, and I'm just sick of it.
Yeah. So, and then what happened after that? So you guys were arguing?
I'm sure you've seen videos and stuff.
And let me stop it right here. She says, I'm sure you've seen videos and stuff. Guys, there's no way for an attorney to tell you to put cameras all over your home, in your bedroom, in your kitchen, in your living room, outside on the patio, outside on the driveway, in the garage. But this man's career is possibly saved because of a video. When you get into court and a woman is lying on you and she's crying and that judge is looking at her and wants to save her, you're going to be the one that goes to jail. You're going to be the one that goes to prison. You're going to be the one that loses the promotion. You're going to be the one that loses your profession. This man was smart enough to know that there were cameras around. He took the recording straight to the police officer, and now hopefully he can get justice. If he had not had that recording, this would go a totally different way.
That's exactly what I was finna say. I was finna say the only reason it feels like she is saying like what he's told you is probably true, like, is only because she knows he has those videos. So she can't really deny it because there's video evidence. She can't. So I feel like, to me, if there wasn't that video evidence, she would absolutely be denying all of this. And I mean, obviously, like, I can't say that for sure. I mean, yeah, I can't say that for sure, but I just really feel like if there was not video evidence, it'd be some denying going on.
Perspective, because it's not fair for me to only get one side of the story when there are at least two sides to the story.
I know my side. I'm sick of.
You ain't even said your side for real.
For so long, a stay-at-home mom, living in his shadow, and I finally just am becoming.
Okay, stay right here for just 1 second, okay? I want to hear what you have to say, but give me 1 minute, okay?
She's a stay-at-home mom while her man is deployed in another country. Guys, listen, you should be applauded for joining the military. You should be applauded for standing up for our country and providing all of us the rights and the freedoms that we have. I can tell you, though, that if you are off in another country and your wife is a single mom at home and she doesn't have a lot of social interaction with adults and she's lonely, that situation is a recipe for disaster.
So like I said,
because I will say it is, being a stay-at-home mom is definitely difficult, but I absolutely agree with this attorney in saying, like, you should be absolutely celebrated, and I legit mean celebrated, for joining the military, for making that sacrifice with loved ones, sacrifice time with loved ones and friends. If you have a family with your children, if you have a partner, with your partner. And so I absolutely agree, you should be celebrated because you're sacrificing so much of your time, but ultimately you're saying you're willing to make that ultimate sacrifice if need be to serve. And so that should be respected, congratulated, everything to the utmost. And don't get me wrong, I understand the people that are left behind, the partners, the children, everybody that's left behind. You guys should be respected as well, because you are missing time with your loved ones. You're having to live kind of in a steady mindset of worry or stress, especially if your partner is getting deployed. And so you have to live in that mindset. And I know that's difficult too. And I know loneliness is tough. That's why I say stay at home mom, like that kind of isolation. If you don't have maybe a group of friends, a group of other moms, or you don't have adults to talk to or be around, or it absolutely will take a toll on you. Still doesn't condone cheating. Still does not justify nor condone cheating. There's still no reason for it.
There are at least two sides to every story, right? And it's not fair for me to only have one person's side. Okay.
You know, we're going to let this go, but this officer has seen the video, all right? But let's keep it going.
I understand you guys have ongoing issues.
Can you tell me what's going on after this?
I am investigating a domestic violence incident. That's what's going on. Okay. And what's happening right this moment is I'm trying to get your side. Okay?
I don't know. I don't really have a side.
You're right.
There's nowhere I can go. He's trying to kick me out of our house. I cannot leave. There's nowhere for me to go.
Clearly, she was trying to divert attention away from her role in the altercation.
Of course.
She believed that by creating confusion, she could escape the consequences of her actions. However, instead of making things easier for her inconsistent statements only complicate the situation. Despite her attempts to mislead the officer remained calm and professional. He allowed her to speak for as long as needed, but carefully noted everything she said. As the woman spoke, she eventually admitted that the argument with the man had started because of issues involving child safety and custody. This added a sensitive and emotional layer to the case, which made the situation more complex.
Now, he said you have like friends in the area. I'm not kicking you out of your house, just to be clear.
I'm talking
okay?
to the police officer.
What? She's on the phone? Guys, if this was a man who was pushing and shoving and hitting a woman in the face, would he be allowed just to chill on the phone? You can see the discrepancy that some of these officers have when they interact with men versus women. This is disgusting.
This
Mom,
is why.
I'm
agree.
talking to the police officer.
I agree. That's why.
He has friends too. We both have friends. We both.
Again, I'm not taking sides.
I know.
But...
I don't have anywhere to go.
Okay.
Go
I
to
have
jail.
family that live on the West Coast in California and Nevada.
Okay. So you guys are arguing. Okay. And is this how it usually goes? You guys argue and then it escalates?
No, I mean, we'll argue, but we're quick to get over it. It's just, I mean, I see your prior service. I'm military as well. I'm a reservist. I had my drill weekend. I just graduated the Drill Sergeant Academy in November. And from day one, I'm sure you know, what were you?
This is actually law enforcement, but...
Okay, well, day one, when day zero, I'm sure you've seen shark attacks and stuff. We had, from day one, when I was at the academy, he fought with me. Every day. He doesn't like when I leave because of a history that we have.
Right.
When I leave for military. So.
And that's got to be super stressful, too.
Yes.
What? Is this cop taking her side?
I had my drill weekend
I
this
hope
weekend.
not. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say she's just kind of trying to sympathize with her. You know, when they pull up on the scene when it's like a hostage situation going down, and you bring in a negotiator, and they gotta sympathize with them, empathize with them, gotta get them feeling comfortable. Whatever strategies they do, I don't know them, as you can obviously tell, but whatever strategy, I feel like maybe she's just using one of these strategies. That's what I'm hoping, because there's no way that she's taking her side at this moment. I think she's just trying to get everything that she can to put the case together. But I mean, it's a case closed situation. I just don't think she's said herself, I don't really have a side of the story. Like, she's just saying I don't have anywhere to go. And I understand that, but you got to realize that actions do have consequences, and I have no ill will towards her. I mean, I want the best for her. Like, she's a fellow human being. I wouldn't wish harm upon anybody, but I think that we have to. You're an adult. You got to realize that actions do have consequences, and you may have a sob story, or you may have whatever situation or circumstance you may be in. At the end of the day, you made a decision to put your hands on somebody. You took that action. You decided that, and that has consequences to it. Or it should. I mean, there's no way that she's not getting arrested by the end of this, I would think.
And I stay on FaceTime with him. I share my location. I answer all his calls and all his text messages in the timely manner that he would like. And I was at the gym, and I wasn't answering them fast enough for him.
She was at the gym.
When were you not answering?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay. And I'm like, he was at a funeral, so I knew that we weren't going to be really talking on the phone anyways.
So he was at a funeral, so she knew she had some hours to get lost, and she got lost at the gym. So he's at a funeral trying to talk to his wife. She's not picking up the phone.
Calling and calling and calling, and I answer, and he hangs up, and he's like, check your text messages, and then hangs up again. And I see I wasn't responding to his text messages and answering his questions, which was, are you off for the day? And I said, yes, I am. Everything okay? What's going on? And he's just like, why aren't you answering my text messages? You're leaving me undelivered. I don't know what reset the phones did, because his phone did the same reset. The red receipts are not on anymore. Okay. And the sound changed for our phones.
What?
Yeah.
The whole phone's reset. All right,
That's
guys,
wild.
is anybody buying what this lady's selling?
Like ringtones and stuff.
No, we're not. We're not having it. We're not having it. I mean, I don't know what the iPhone situation is. I've always been Android from day one, and we'll be forever. But yeah, now we just, come on now. There was no reason that at the gym you shouldn't have been able to answer a quick text message. You shouldn't have been able to answer a quick phone call. He's at this funeral. He's trying to figure out, are you off for the day? and you can't just text back real quick. Again, I don't want to come off judgmental, but it just feels like you're being so dishonest right now. Like, I feel like you're being very deceitful right now. Be honest.
For some reason, it was a weird reset. Maybe other stuff happened, but those are the two that happened to both of our phones.
Okay.
So I don't know why my red receipts were off.
I don't know why my location was off, baby. Was it off?
They're off too now. And so he was mad that my red receipts were off. And so I still stayed on FaceTime with him, stayed on video, because he wants me to FaceTime him 24/7 when I'm away from him.
And I believe her on this, guys. You guys get cheated on in your relationships, and then you want to know exactly where the woman is 24 hours a day. And it doesn't work like that. If you are so paranoid about your wife cheating, it's just time to leave the relationship. I know it's going to be costly. I know you got these kids. I know there's child support. You can't live like this, though, guys. This is not life.
And I was
Facts.
on FaceTime.
I do completely agree with that statement. Like, if you can't trust them at that point, like, if there's no trust, there's nothing. If you were going to forgive them, I'm not saying you should, I'm saying if you were going to forgive them and try to work things out, then you have to give them the trust that comes with that forgiveness. Like, but if you can't trust them, if you can't trust them, then, like he said, then that's got to be the end, because, like he said, you can't live like that. And I understand, because in my head, if I were to get cheated on, I would be like, every time they went out, like, it'd be in the back of my head. And they could be just doing absolutely nothing, but because it happened, it would be in the back of my head. So I get being paranoid about the situation, but it's either like you're going to try to work things out and you're going to try to allow trust to be built and you're going to trust them again. Or if you just can't trust them again, which I can't blame you if you can't. If you can't trust them, then you need to end the relationship.
With him, but it just still wasn't good enough for him. And so it just started an argument from that day, from that moment, around 4 o'clock.
On Saturday?
On Saturday.
Okay.
Until midnight.
He's been putting up with this for 3 years.
He had my kids with him. I was gone. And I just, he's loco.
Yeah.
And so.
Oh my God.
We argued that entire night, and I'm just like, you know what, I can't do this. One of my drill sergeant leaders from the academy, we follow each other on social media. He swears that just because we're friends on social media, that I'm and it's not the case at all. And I tell him, because he's so crazy, and he reaches out to every single guy that likes a picture on my social media.
So she's on social media and guys are liking her pictures. So, you know, she's putting up these thirst traps. If your woman is on IG putting on thirst traps, man, it's a wrap.
Dude, what are your intentions with my wife? Why are you guys friends? Tell me, like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I tell him, if you think that, like, reach out to all these people. At the end of the day, I'm a reservist. That drill sergeant leader is a reservist. He has a lot of connections. Who knows the networking that he and I can do in the future?
The networking. Somebody say Joy Taylor. Somebody write Joy Taylor in the dang chat.
I don't know. I don't know if I can buy this right now. I can't buy what you're trying to sell me in this very moment. No. Anna, say just because connection shouldn't be liking your pictures like that. Unless I'm in the picture shouldn't be getting liked like that from somebody who's just supposed to help you with connections. Now I do understand friendships. It's a very blurry line with men and women that are in relationships having friends of the opposite sex, because there's so many who have taken advantage of that. But there's so many who do have friends of that, just friends. But it's a very, very blurry line. And with someone who's already cheated on you, that trust is just gone. That it's gone. So
I cannot
that's
have
difficult.
no friends. He does not understand that. And so.
Oh my God.
It just, one argument led to another, and I'm just like, I'm done. And then he's telling me he's kicking me out the house and all this stuff. So I know how crazy he can get. He has that he and I can do in the future.
The networking. Somebody say Joy Taylor. Somebody
Yeah, that's
write Joy
crazy.
Taylor in the dang chat.
So you can't
He
have any
doesn't-
male friends.
He doesn't I cannot have male friends. He does not understand that. And so
Oh my God.
it just one argument led to another, and I'm just like, I'm done. And then he's telling me he's kicking me out the house and all this stuff. So I know how crazy he can get. He has locked me. He has emptied my bank account. He knows he's taken professional hacking courses. He knows how to hack into anything that I have. I do not have any personal identity outside of him.
Let me stop it right here, and not to put too much sauce on it. I swear this, hopefully I can have the strength in me to not mention this again. But if this were a man who was videotaped pushing a woman in the chest multiple times and slapping her in the face, would he be able to get off this whole story? Or would he have to tell it to a judge?
Yeah, I feel like I need to see, like, he got video proof of that emotional abuse. I feel like you should have proof of him being able to hack your account, of him being able to basically own you. Is kind of what you're saying, is that basically you're a slave to him, that you have no identity outside of him. But I just don't get that from everything that you said thus far. I think right now you're kind of reaching and drawing, trying to reach and pull onto any straws, or throw whatever against the wall and see if it sticks. I think right now that, again, I don't know for sure. I'm not in your shoes. I've not lived a day in your situation. I'm not here to judge you. But just from a listening standpoint, it feels like you're just trying to throw things against the wall to see if something sticks.
He gets into everything. He's a professional hacker in the military. So one time he financially tries to paralyze me, like doing this, in ways that I cannot overcome from. He, over a period of time, would ask me my security questions of my phone, like, oh, for example, my name is Niall. They called me that as a kid. What did they call you? And I was like, oh, they called me Gabi. Boom, my security question. What is your childhood nickname? What if my first car was this? What was your first car? I told him, oh, what color was it? Boom, another security. He's so smart.
Yeah.
He's
And I
not
don't
that
even know
smart.
if I'm being tested sometimes or not, because it could be just an unusual conversation.
Right.
So
So that makes you super paranoid, I'm sure.
yes.
Yeah.
And he has tried to kick me out multiple times. He has emptied my bank account, taken my keys, taken my phone, put tracking devices on my car. I hacked into anything of my phone, my work phone, anything, my computers, anything.
So you have no privacy.
I have no privacy.
Is this officer taking her side? Come on.
I don't.
All right, let me
I
keep
hope
calm.
not. I don't think so. Yeah.
This is
yeah.
giving me back. This is giving me flashbacks. All right, let's go. Let's go.
I don't
just
think
am
so.
so angry that he was trying to do that again to me this weekend. And
What specifically was he trying to do this weekend?
like he plays mind games, and I'm kind of catching on to how he plays. He will make up a little scenario and play that scenario as if it's a real story, as if something really happened, as if he knows already. Like, oh, I already know you did this, so why don't you just tell me? And it's like it never happened, but because you know of maybe a snippet that I know that person, you know that where that person works, and maybe I've been in the same location as that person, he puts his own story together as if like I already know this happened, but it never happened. But that's how he thinks that he can catch me and other people in lies.
Shout out to this man.
I'm just not buying it. And if that was the situation, like, that still would give you no reason to put your hands on him. I feel like you would be more afraid to actually put your hands on him if he was capable of everything that you say he's capable of. Like, I just feel like you absolutely would not put your hands on a person that is capable of all of this, and you would put your hands on them so easily. So it doesn't make sense to me. It absolutely doesn't make sense to me. And if you knew, I don't know if you knew all of this when he cheated on you, but I assume so. Or when you cheated on him, I'm sorry. But if you knew all of this, then you knew that he could get all that information, and you knew that he would find out, but yet you did it anyway. I I don't buy. He might be a professional hacker, but I don't think he hacks any of your things. Just from a listening standpoint, just my opinion, I don't think so.
He is living in a certain type of hell. For whatever reason, he doesn't want to divorce this lady. He's been living like this for 3 years, making up stories in his head, trying to put two and two together, catching her in all these lies, getting pushed, getting shoved, getting slapped, and yet he refuses to make any type of change. Thank the Lord that today he had the courage to stop all of this. And maybe this is a lesson for somebody who's going to watch this video. You don't have to live like this year after year. And it's going to hurt getting out. It's going to be costly. You're going to spend less time with your kids, maybe, who knows? But hopefully you can learn from this man, remove yourself from the situation, have videotaped evidence if possible, and just fight for your life, fight for your happiness. You do not have to suffer like this for the rest of your life.
This morning he was playing mind games with me.
Like, how was he doing that? What was he doing that about?
Telling me he wanted me out of the house by the time I was done with work, that I'm not going to be living there anymore. Pretty much just trying to keep me out.
At one point during the conversation, the woman also shared that she had no financial resources or assets to support herself. This statement revealed some of her personal struggles. She faced challenges beyond the current situation which might have contributed to her behavior. However, despite these personal challenges, the officer knew that he had to focus on the facts and the seriousness of the situation.
And I was trying to
This a
get the
female
kids ready
officer.
because we both mutually get them ready, take the kids to school and everything.
Yeah.
But he wasn't letting me help get them ready. And I was like, okay, well, I made them breakfast. What are we going to do? Like, can I take the kids to school? Like, what is the plan this morning? Because, like, and just don't worry about it. I got it. Okay, but like, I mean, we have an infant, and I'm just like, okay, what's the plan when after work? Are you picking them up? We usually go to the gym every day after work. I said, what's the plan? Like, are you picking them up?
What is all this yapping
I
about?
don't know.
Why is she not in custody?
Are we going? Don't worry about it.
I
I got
have no idea what any of this here is about. I guess she trying to explain all the events of the morning, and it's like, the more she talks, the more confused I'm getting. So her little strategy might be working because I'm starting to get confused. Like, what? How did we get all the way over here when we supposed to be talking about the incident and everything that happened? But you said he wouldn't let you get the kids ready for school in the morning. He was like, "I got it, don't worry." But she's like, "Well, we have an infant. What's gonna happen here?" Huh?
You're not in the picture anymore. And it's just like, it's the mind games. Like I want to be just as involved, but again, what he accuses me of is what he's doing. I'm trying to play this perfect narrative to everybody else, but he's trying to play the perfect narrative.
So what did he accuse you of today, if anything?
Oh, having sex with multiple men over the weekend, entertaining other men in my DMs. And people tell me, my stuff is really locked down. I added people that I went to the academy with. I was with them every day for 9 weeks straight. I have a right to have them as a friend. If they heart one of my stuff, or if they call me pretty, like, it sucks, but I mean, I'm not saying, okay, let's go on a date, let's like, it's just like, thank you, and then that's it. If they try to go further, I don't let them, but none of them have. But just because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty, nothing has gone further than a compliment. But because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty and say, you need to respect that I'm married, don't tell me I'm pretty, he has a problem with it.
Okay. I mean, that sounds exhausting.
Can you believe this cop? Can you believe this cop? I would have put handcuffs on the cop and this lady. This is ridiculous.
It's like I'm not gonna doubt the cop just yet. But yeah, I feel like we done just let this kind of go on a little bit too long. Like it should not have been able to go as long. But as I said earlier, y'all know the negotiators, they be using them techniques when they speak with people, right? We do want these cops to be able to de-escalate situations. And so maybe this is just one of them de-escalation techniques to try to get her calm so that she can get all the facts of both sides. And then, like I said, put the story together. But I'm still giving the cop the benefit of the doubt in this situation right now. I'm not gonna judge or condemn. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt that right now she's just gathering all the information she needs.
and toxic. And I'm sure it pushes you beyond your limit.
What? Guys, hold up. Let's go back to the video. Ugh.
You think that you can just ignore me when I'm trying to talk to you about my kids?
Nah, that's wild.
Oh,
my
in the
God.
face.
Nah,
The
yeah,
officer
see,
has
you would
seen.
not do so. The man that you said is capable of everything that you said he's capable of. There's no way. There's no way that you would do that. There's just no way that you're so thoughtlessly putting your hands on a person who is capable of what you said that he's capable of.
This video. And now look at the officer's reaction.
I mean, that sounds exhausting and toxic. And I'm sure it pushes you beyond your limit.
This is ridiculous. Oh my God. This is some of the law enforcement that we have. Thank the Lord that we have good police officers who treat men and women the same. Because if this was a man pushing and shoving and hitting a woman in the face, this conversation would not go like this at all.
Would you say that's accurate?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine dealing with that. And it's extra hard when you have kids.
Yeah.
And that makes it that much worse.
Yeah.
So has it ever gotten physical with you guys?
You saw the video.
Okay. What has happened in
I
those?
should have filed domestic on him before
Oh,
he did.
no.
He's locked me in my closet. I have that one on video. He's locked me in my closet.
Let me see the video.
I mean, physical abuse. He won't let me leave, so he'll grab me, put me up against the... He tries to confine me into corners and closets.
How does he do that?
By grabbing me, he's strong. He's held me down multiple times.
When did that happen?
She's putting on makeup.
Yeah,
She's putting on makeup
that's
in the middle
wild.
of this investigation. This is ridiculous.
That's why no. We're not doing this. We're not buying this. We're at this point, I believe that she is making this up. Because again, I go back to, well, how could you so easily put your hands on him if he's really done all this? But she says she has video evidence of him locking her in the closet. So at that point, I wish the officer would have asked, like, can I see the video? Where's it at? Where's the proof? Because he brought proof. He didn't just bring stories. He got video evidence of you putting your hands on him. So,
Ridiculous.
We're not doing
It
this.
was
We're
a
not
while
doing it.
ago. It was like 2020, 2021.
This is why I retired from the practice of law, guys. Seeing all of these videotapes, having these officers on the stand, cross-examine them. Look how some of them act. This lady should be in handcuffs in the holding tank.
What else happened?
I mean, I put my hand on him. I'm sure there's no way out of that. Like, I'm sure he has video. I saw our security camera.
So she saw the video that her husband showed to the officer.
that's the only
There's
reason.
video of her putting her hands on
I
him.
told you that's the only reason that she's actually admitting it. If there was no video evidence, I do not believe that there would be a confession of her being honest and saying what she did. I believe there would be some denial of it or trying to blame him.
And she now admits to putting her hands on him. What is this officer waiting for?
Did you put your hands on him today?
Maybe.
She said maybe. This is why I retired.
I mean, I'm sure you guys saw videos. I'm sure you guys have proof.
But again, I need your side.
You're hearing my side.
Okay.
Imagine. Lee, did you punch this lady in the face? Yes. Are you sure you punched her? You saw the video, right? So did you punch her? Maybe. Come on, Lee, tell the truth. Yes, I punched her. Okay, well, Lee, what's your side of the story?
That's crazy.
Would it ever go that way?
He's so right, bro. I enjoy reacting to this attorney, bro, because he's so absolutely right. It just would not. It just would not. That is true. She did. There is video evidence, and she has confessed. Yet she is still saying, like, okay, well, what's your side? She said, I done told you my side, and she has. She done. Are you? At this point, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but it feels like you're trying to find a way to get her out of this situation. Like, you're trying to do your best to find a way to get her out of this situation. But she's told you what she's done. There's evidence of what she's done. And what's going on?
If there's just a video of you going up and hitting somebody, I'm not in your mind at that moment. I'm not hearing what's going on with your thoughts. Okay? I'm not.
It's just always, he tries to.
If a man hits a woman, when is the last time that a cop is going to try to get inside the mind of the man?
He tries to intimidate me. He's manipulative. He plays psychological games with me. And I don't know how to combat them the proper way.
And that's when it turns physical?
Yes.
Okay.
He messes with me so much and threatens that he's going to make sure that I'm so financially, mentally, psychologically paralyzed that I will never be able to overcome our separation because I want to leave.
Yeah.
So he's going to make sure he does anything possible to get any documents on me to hurt me so bad that at the end of the day, he's the winner. And it doesn't even need to be a winner or a loser.
No, it shouldn't be that a win or lose situation.
Oh
It's not a game. But I know you're saying that's his perspective. So when he acts like that, when he makes you feel like you couldn't be independent.
We have done counseling, and they've said if you feel like it gets to that, if you're gonna probably put your hands on him, if it's gonna get violent, you need to be able to walk away.
Yeah. Did you just hear what she said? She said, we've done counseling, and the counselors have told me that when you feel like you need to put hands on him, walk away. What does that mean? It means this is not the first time. This man has been living like this for years. They've sought counseling over it, and he's still getting beat up in his own home.
And I used to be able to leave, but he made it to where he would take my car keys, he would take my cell phone, take my debit card. He would make it to where I couldn't leave.
Yeah. Did that happen today? Did he take any of your stuff?
No, but that's just his pattern.
Yeah.
Like, he's smart. He got me good today. He set it up perfect.
Oh my days. Oh my days. She said he's smart. He got me good today. Stop it. Stop it. He set it up perfectly. And the reason that it was probably set up is because it happens so often. Like he said, they had to go to counseling, and they had to tell her to be able to walk away and not get violent and not put your hands on him. So how much has this happened that has not been caught on camera? And you're saying he's smart, he set it up perfectly, like he jumped inside of your body and made you put hands on him? No. He might have set it up knowing that you were going to put hands on him because that is what you do. But he can't jump inside of your body and force you to put hands on you. You control your actions, and you have to be held accountable for your actions.
Perfectly to where it was right in front of our cameras. He's so smart.
So did you put your hands on him today?
Jesus Christ, lady.
She done admitted it already.
All the information, the officer made his decision. The man's video evidence and the woman's inconsistent statements left little doubt that the woman had been involved in the altercation. The officer determined that despite her efforts to avoid responsibility, she was the primary suspect.
Finally!
He had no choice but to act and ensure that she was held accountable for her actions. When the officer moved to arrest the woman, she resisted.
I mean, if the answer is yes, I want to hear the because.
There is no because. It's not right. There's no reason why.
I mean, I'm not justifying it, but at the same time, you can only be pushed so far.
What? Guys, this is insanity. Now, I will say this officer's questioning is what happens in murder investigations. There's a shooting, you bring in the shooter, you say, well, listen, why did you shoot him? I'm sure it was an accident, right? Or I'm sure it was in self-defense, right? You felt nervous. I'm sure he was threatening you. Let me get inside of your head. Tell me exactly how you shot him. Where's the gun? Did you point it at him? Were y'all struggling? In a murder investigation, this happens all the time. Why? Because there's no video. When there's video, you don't have all these things trying to get the person to talk, because that's what these officers really want you to do. They want you to talk, so you paint yourself into a corner, so you put the blame on yourself. That's why attorneys are telling you all the time, don't say anything to cops, anything. So this is absolutely normal in a murder investigation. What's the problem? This is a simple domestic violence. The guy has the videotape, he has proof. The officer has seen the videotape. The woman admits to being on video hitting him. What are we talking about? This is why guys feel like they don't get a fair shake in the judicial system. They don't get a fair shake in law enforcement. There is an absolute double standard when it comes to men and women.
Did you just lose your cool?
I absolutely agree. It's just not fair. It's not right because, like you said, there is video evidence, and it feels like, I mean, at the end of the day, I think the officer did the right thing. And like I said, I'm gonna give the officer the benefit of the doubt and say just collected as much information as possible. And it does feel like from the documentaries that I've seen that he's right in those investigations. They try to get you to talk. They try to get that confession out of you, basically. And so again, they have to try to seem like they're on your side a bit, try to seem like they're trying to understand where you were coming from, what was going on in your mind, trying to make you feel comfortable speaking with them until you talk. And I feel like they had different strategies, buddy, they can sign some and just be absolutely mean and so there's different situations, but yeah, I just feel like we have enough at this point. There was enough after a while, after she confessed doing it, and you got the video evidence. But I just don't understand. Like, it feels like we're continuously asking her the same questions that she's already answered, and so I'm not getting that.
You said in the past you've been able to walk away.
I've tried a couple of times until he made it to where I wouldn't be able to.
Okay. And
take my
were you?
copies.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, he's done it. I've been able to walk, but I have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
My friends have spouses, their own lives. Like,
Yeah.
I have nowhere to go.
So you feel trapped.
Of course.
Did you feel trapped today?
It's not even that I felt trapped today. It was just like, I hate that he wants to get the last word, and I don't care.
He didn't even say nothing.
It's not about.
He didn't even say nothing though. When you were coming at him, the reason that you was hitting him is because you said that he was ignoring you. So how could it be about him getting the last word and at the same time him be ignoring you? There's too much contradictions within this story. It's too.
It's just about him telling me, him always threatening me with the children or with just life,
Yeah.
finances and stuff.
Did he do that today?
Of course.
What specifically did he threaten you with?
Are you getting the sense that this officer wants to arrest this guy so bad? This officer wants to, I'm convinced now that this officer is trying to find a justification, not to arrest this lady, but to arrest the gentleman that made the complaint in the first place, to the victim. This officer wants to arrest the victim. Listen to her questioning. Let me run.
I feel like I don't. I do disagree with him in the sense of I don't think the officer is trying to find a way to arrest the victim, but like I said earlier, I do feel as if the officer is trying to find a way to get her off, like to not have to arrest her, to allow there to be a situation where she goes to both parties and say, "Hey, this is the domestic situation. Like, either one of you needs to leave, or you guys need to try and figure this out." But she's trying to find a way to not arrest her. But I don't think she's trying to find a way to arrest the victim. But he's an attorney, so he might have more insight. He may have, like he probably dealt with a lot more of these cases than I, and so he's heard more of these cases and been in more of these situations. So he's probably a little more knowledgeable, probably a lot more knowledgeable when he sees this video than I am.
Run it back a little bit.
Like, I hate that he wants to get the last word, and I don't care about letting him. It's not about getting
She
lost.
checking her messages,
It's just about him telling me, him always threatening me with the children or with just life,
Yeah.
finances and stuff.
Did he do that today?
Of course.
What specifically did he threaten you with?
That he was going to ruin my military career. That he was going to, which he's done already in the past, contacted my chain of command before, that he was going to mess up my career, mess up the guys' careers that follow me in like my Instagram stories and my posts.
Yeah.
And I'm not sexualized or anything on social media.
Right. So, assuming it did get physical today, what happened just prior to it getting physical?
She said, assuming that it got physical today. Assuming.
I just want him to know that I'm not going to continue to live in fear of him. I'm not afraid of him. I'm sick of him thinking that I am going to live in fear of him.
So you just wanted to show him that you're not scared of him.
Are you guys watching this?
Okay. And that's why you put your hands on him?
Can you just tell me what's going to happen?
Well, I have to finish investigating what was alleged, okay? And then we'll make that determination. I'm not trying to like play mind games with you or dance around things, but at the same time, I'm not going to tell you something that's not going to happen. So hang out right here for just a minute. And let me talk to my partner over here, okay?
Talk to your partner for what? This is absolutely ridiculous. What's your plan for going forward in the relationship? She's a marriage counselor now. This is the worst police officering. Guys, when we think of bad police officers, we typically think of police officers abusing us, abusing citizens. And Lord knows that happens way more than it should. But being a bad police officer comes in so many different forms. One of the forms is when there is unreasonable discrimination between the genders, between the sexes. A cop treats white citizens differently than black citizens, women citizens different than men. This is where racial profiling comes in. This officer has to talk to her partner just to get permission to make an arrest when she's seen the video of the domestic violence. This officer is terrible. She needs more training. This is absolutely ridiculous. If this was a man, he would have been arrested 30 minutes ago.
Asked me for divorce for 2 years, but he got
What stops you from filing?
money. I've been contacting people all morning. I had a feeling he would do something like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't even know the first steps. I mean,
Call an attorney.
I don't have family. I don't have anything.
Okay.
You started
I'm gonna be stuck
contacting
down here,
people
okay?
after you seen the video of what you did. You knew he had that video and you saw he was in cops, and so you probably started contacting people once you see he was at the police station, so you could say that you have been doing this.
Put your phone down.
Finally!
Put your hand behind your back.
She did not want to arrest this lady at all.
Right now you're under arrest for simple battery under the Domestic Violence Act, okay?
The woman was formally charged. She was brought before a court and charged with 2 counts of simple battery in connection with the incident. The charges reflected the seriousness of her actions.
The charges reflect the seriousness of her actions. Guys, simple battery is like the least type of charge there is on the books. It's on the order of obstruction. It's on the order of disorderly conduct. And that's why it was so weird that the officers treating this like a murder investigation. It's just simple battery.
And highlighted the need to address domestic violence cases with the seriousness they deserve.
Luckily, this lady was arrested and this gentleman can get some type of justice. He's been living like this for 3 years. She's been beating on him the whole time. They've gone to counseling for it. She's gaslighting him. He needs to remove himself from the situation physically and legally. He needs a divorce. So many men live like this because they have kids and they do not have a prenup and they feel trapped. They do not want to lose what they love and what they've worked for their entire adult life. It's understandable, but living like this is unacceptable. Shout out to this man, this military personnel who's decided to take his destiny into his own hands, report what's been going on with him, and hopefully get a divorce and remove himself from this situation permanently. What percentage of married men do you think are living in situations like this? What percentage of married men do you think are suffering in their marriage, but they feel trapped? And do you think it's common that some officers will treat women with kid gloves while absolutely abusing men? Put your thoughts down in the comments below.
I do think I do think that's common, and usually I feel like it's just the other way around because usually when it comes to children, women just have more rights than men. It feels like when you go to like court, it's just gonna be the mother who has a better chance of winning custody over the children than the father, and that's just usually the case. Um, I don't know the statistics off the top of my head, but I'm sure statistically that's the case. And so usually the man is never really able to threaten the mother with the children unless the mother already has a record is or there's been stuff going on in the past where that he knows that he would get custody. That was kind of strange, but I don't buy it because I believe someone that is capable of doing all the things that she said he is capable of, that you wouldn't put your hands on him so easily without thinking of any repercussions. And so I just don't think that's the case. I think you were kind of reaching and trying to grab at straws and trying to throw something against the wall to see if it sticks, and you were trying to figure out how to get yourself out of the situation. And if both of you are unhappy in the marriage, then there needs to be a separation. Like you just can't be together. If it's going to be toxic, you can't be together. But each person has to be held accountable for their actions. And so for you hitting on him, you have to be held accountable for your actions. And he even inside the police station was like I don't want anything to happen to her. I just, right, he's worried about his career, his employment. Like if she tries to come and tell stories or she tries to lie, like I just want this kind of on record in a sense that like, hey, this I'm coming to you, this is what happened. And so maybe there's becomes a pattern and where you're like, okay, well he's came to us these multiple times. So when she comes to us this time, let's look at the pattern going on. Let's look at the evidence that we have on file so it doesn't absolutely destroy this man's career. Because in a sense, you feel like people's career could, I mean, have been destroyed in the past by lies and by stories. And it just, to me, I feel like, and this is just me, uh, you can tell me if I'm wrong on this, you can tell me if it's wise, but I do feel like if you blatantly lie or if you lie on someone and make up a story that ruins their life in any way, then you should have to face the same charges that they got for you lying on them. Like I've seen stories where women have lied about assault on professional or people who were going to become professional athletes. I mean, they were favored to become, and then they end up getting their whole career taken away, and they end up going to jail, and they come out years later, and you find out it was all a lie. And so I feel like, okay, well, then you should have to go and face those same charges that you got me sentenced to. You should have to face the same charges. And I feel like that would just stop a lot of lying if you knew that if you lied, you would have to face those same charges. I'm sure that would be definitely very difficult to figure out how to put into law and everything. But I'm just saying that to me would help. But this is just a ridiculous situation. I think the attorney was right in a sense that men are not going to get the opportunity to talk for that long and to try to get to explain their side of the story for that long if they've already confessed, if there's already video evidence on hand. They would have been arrested faster. This would not have been as long. It did feel as if the officer was trying to find a way to not arrest her, but also, I said I want to give the officer the benefit of the doubt and just say that she was just trying to gather as much information as possible. But y'all talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what y'all think. Big shout out to Stellar for requesting this. I was excited to get to watch, to get to listen, and just kind of get to hear this case. This case is insane to me. But that's all we got. I hope you guys enjoy. Please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. I'll see y'all next time.